Today I would like to talk about one of the reasons that prevent us from reaching the goals that we really want to reach. And that is that, as common wisdom has it, when you really want something, you have to plot it on a piece of paper, you have to write the action plan, write what experience you need, what resources you need, what training you need, the people you need to contact, whether you need different resources. But it turns out that we may end up writing some kind of shopping list in which we keep ticking all the different items in the list, and we still do not seem to be getting what we really want to get. That is because sometimes we think in a logical way, and no matter how logical and reasonable we are and rational we are, the way that reality works is not necessarily with a logic that we necessarily understand. This means that many times reality, the situation around us, is actually supplying us with some resources, some decisions, some events, some situations that, funny enough, would lead us closer to our goal. But because they're not written on our list, we might just skip them. We might not be aware. We're not being open to maybe realizing that reality is offering us something that would be a shortcut to the end of our goals, to reaching our goals. And because it's not compatible to what we wrote in the list, then maybe it is just something we should just discard. The second problem that we might find is that we draft a list of things as a map. And the map, for it to be accurate, has to reflect the territory. The problem is that this territory is permanently moving. There are things that happen, people that change, events that change, circumstances around us that alter the whole game. The problem is that we have this map and we are in uncharted territory, so to speak, and we realize that our map is not necessarily reflecting the territory we're supposed to be exploring. And the third problem with that is that many times we draft a territory, we draft a map that is actually compatible with somebody else's map, that worked very well for somebody else's territory, but not necessarily reflects what is good for us, what is important for us. What I'm proposing here is to do something entirely different. What I'm proposing here is to draft a compass, to create a sense of purpose, a mission in life that would be much more flexible than a map. If you come to think about it, imagine you're driving in a car and you're really driving fast lane, you're going to a specific city, and then halfway you realize that you're not going really as fast as you would like to. So you actually decide, okay, I'm going to take a train, and I'm going to take a train because it's really going to take me faster, and then when you're 1 hour in the train, you realize, you know what, I'm going to change the vehicle. I'm really going to go, I really want to go much faster, so I end up booking an airplane seat, and I take an airplane, and I eventually reach the city as fast as I wanted it to reach it. But once you get there, you realize that it is not the city you really wanted to go to. That is because we focus so much on maps, on territories that not necessarily are ours. We don't even realize they are not ours. A compass is an entirely different thing. Just to reflect, for example, the Earth. The Earth, okay, the Earth has a tilt, but it's not really tilting that much, which means that we can pretty much expect that in the last 5,000 years and in the next 5,000 years, the North is pretty much in the same place. Likewise, our past has been guided by a north, a specific north, and sometimes we're not aware what that north is. What I'm proposing here is unveil that compass of yours by looking and digging into your past. And I'm not talking about some kind of therapy in which you really go inside yourself and try to come to terms and come to make a peaceful decision with the people who took care of you, or the people you went to school with, and the different frustrations you had in life. Now, forget that. That will take us a full life to achieve, and eventually life passes by us, and we haven't really moved one iota from where we really wanted to go. So what we do is we go back to past. We go back to our past, but to do something that is actually more delightful, more joyful, and actually it's more inspiring. What we do is we go back to 4, 5, or 6 different scenarios of our past in which things, circumstances, the people, the surrounding, the resources were actually all against us. And despite having everything against us, we managed to succeed. We managed to achieve that goal that we really wanted to achieve. And it doesn't matter if it's academic terms, professional terms, sentimental, physical, spiritual. We all have 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 different events in the past in which we were actually successful. We go back to 4, 5, 6, and what we do, we draft them on a piece of paper. We write them down as a story. As a matter of fact, it's a part of a story of your life. Write it with all detail. Go back into it. What was it? Was it a specific exam that was difficult in school? Was it maybe finding your first job? Was it maybe talking to that special person that for you was very important to get to know? Was it maybe that you wanted to get fit again because you kind of forgot that there were gyms and healthy food to eat? And you realize when you write these things that these 4, 5, 6 scenarios, regardless of the field of your life that they've been tapped into, they have things in common. And the things in common can be grouped into 3 main areas. The what is it that you achieved? The how you achieved that. Was it perseverance? Was it making connections? Was it looking for resources in places you hadn't even thought of in the first place? And most importantly, what for? What is it that you got out of it? Was it self-satisfaction, self-actualizations, realizing that you have learned something that was important for you? Was it maybe the joy, the satisfaction of actually providing a service to other people, helping other people to solve their problems, helping other people to overcome their difficulties? Was it maybe a sense of safety or security? Was it maybe that you actually stood up to a challenge? In other words, you go into realizing what is it that has moved you in the past to act? What is it that has been motivating you in the past and which we're going to use to project us into the future? So in other words, the next time we set a goal, we will try to set a goal that is coherent, that corresponds to our compass, that is compatible with our compass, not with somebody else's plan, not with somebody else's territory, not with somebody else's compass. What we're looking for is something that is so specific and so unique that at the same time would allow us to be flexible. That is, you draft your plan, you have your action plans, you have your compass, and then you're going to be facing decisions in life. Sometimes you're going to be facing decisions where you're going to have very clear whether you take them or not. Are they compatible with my compass? If they are, then very likely, if you assume the decision of choosing that option, then very likely you're going to remain stable. You're going to be calm. One of the premises, or one of the reasons why people stay calm and stable, is because they have an alignment between what they think, what they say, what they feel, and what they do. If that decision is coherent with the compass, and the compass is an alignment of those 4 things, then obviously it's going to lead you more to success. Other times, however, we're going to be facing situations and decisions in which maybe it's not exactly what we want. Maybe it's a project that doesn't really excite us. Maybe it's a kind of job that is kind of dull. But when you do that, when you make that choice of taking those decisions, suddenly you realize that they are not end decisions. It's not the end project. It's not the end job. It's not the most dull of decisions, because it is a stepping stone. It's an intermediate phase between where I am now and where I really want to reach, which is compatible with our compass. In other words, the sense of frustration evaporates. We don't see any decision that is any longer final, that is going to be frustrating, that is going to be dooming our existence. No, it's just stepping stones. It's a middle point. And we're going to be flexible enough to be adapting. If something happens in our reality that is something we're not expecting, we can always sit back, we can always sit down and take our mission, take our compass and read it and say, is this compatible? What is happening? This opportunity, this choice, is it compatible with what I achieved in the past? Is it compatible with the goodness I would get out of it? And not only that, can I use my skills, the how, my competencies, my abilities, my resources to achieve what I want to achieve? If it's compatible, then that's it. You're set. You're on your way. you don't have to depend anymore on specific plans that, of course, they will become obsolete. And they will become obsolete very, very quickly. Just about as you finish drafting it, reality around you will have already changed. And that's it for today. I thank you for your time. If you want to watch more videos, definitely you can find them in this channel of YouTube. And if you want to reach me, at gregorycajina.com. Thank you very much, and best of success.